Tonight, learn about key moments in American history.
And what one group did to raise money for a good cause. Stay tuned. TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision News for April 17th, 2015. I'm Samantha Cocan.
And I'm Jordan Elston. Thank you for joining us this evening. Every few weeks, Alabama's Department of Archives and History spends the lunch hour teaching about significant moments in Alabama history at their ArchiTreats. Yesterday, they invited their chief curator to talk about key battles in the American Civil War. Clay Yeager reports from our Trojan News Center in Montgomery.
The Department of Archives and History holds a monthly event called ArchiTreats, where speakers talk about history relating to Alabama. This month, Chief Curator Robert Bradley discussed key battles that happened in Alabama during the Civil War.
Today he spoke about Mobile in 1865, so specifically the siege and reduction of Fort Blakely and Spanish Fort. Since it is the 150th anniversary of those events this month, we thought it was fitting for him to speak about them now.
Bradley says he chose the Mobile campaign because it's not only important for Alabamians to learn about the state's past history, but other battles such as Gettysburg overshadow other important events that are sometimes forgotten.
The events that happened here were incredibly important, but they're just eclipsed by everything else that's going on. It's like a really good movie comes out, and then a week later a little better movie comes out, and that other movie gets forgotten about. That's what happened here, and I think trying to understand what happened and how it fit within the scheme of the things is what I wanted them to bring away.
Next month, the author of The Makers of Sacred Harp, David Warren Steele, will be the guest speaker at ArchiTreats.
Last night, one of Troy University's campus ministries, the Christian Student Center, hosted its annual volleyball tournament to raise money for the Hope Water Project. Troy University's Christian Student Center hosted its annual volleyball tournament, benefiting the Hope Water Project, which raises money to drill wells in the Horn of Africa with the Christian Relief Fund.
Hope Water Project is a program of the Christian Relief Fund, and they're a relief organization that helps in several countries around the world. And last year we were able to combine some funds that we had been saving for a couple of years to help donate to drill a well.
Millions of people suffer every day due to the lack of access to clean water, and the Hope Water Project has set out to change just that.
First of all, I've been to Africa multiple times, and I just have seen how deprived they are of water. You know, I've seen children, they walk to disgusting lakes, and they have to go get their water, and they put it on their heads like this, and the water is awful. It has mud in it, it has urine in it, all kinds of different diseases. And I know that the water well is, it's going to be clean water, and so that will tremendously, decrease the death rate, I think. So.
And one student tells us why the Hope Water Project is so important to her.
That just means so much to me because through my experience in Africa, they need water more than to me any other country, and I'm just so excited to be a part of this and so excited that the CSC is putting this on. I think it's an amazing opportunity for Africa to get proceeds for this. So
with the $5 admission fee, students were able to participate in a co-ed double elimination volleyball tournament and also enjoy live music from the band Exit 59.
Tonight at about 7:30, we're going to have a live band come, and hot dogs and hamburgers are going to be served later. So it's just, for the community to come out and kind of see what the CSC is putting on and hopefully, donate for us. So
if you would like more information on the Hope Water Project, you can visit their website at hopewaterproject.org. A total of 9 teams competed in the tournament last night, and it was the Sandbaggers who took the win.
Tea for Troy traditionally uses tea to help educate students about other cultures, and last night they still did so, but added a little dancing into the mix for a little more fun. Cesar Hauregi gives us a look.
Tea for Troy had its annual British Tea Formal, bringing together international and domestic students for a night filled with good food, great people, and even better dancing.
The event is to help, as T for Troy always does, bring internationals and Americans together. It's a swing dance, British T formal, so we just kind of teach internationals how to swing dance like we do in the U.S., and then we have some different games for them to play, and just a good opportunity for diverse interactions between Americans and internationals.
First we come together and dance, and there was tea, so that added to it. But basically what we did tonight was just kind of dance, the swing dance, and we learned a lot, especially because we're internationals having to learn the American dance. So that was fun for me. I don't know how to dance, so having to be taught how to do the dance, the swing dance, that was something I found fascinating.
Troy University students had an opportunity to not only learn how to swing dance, but also get to know international students and make lifelong friendships.
Getting to know the international students here at Troy is one of the reasons why I love Troy so much. The diversity and being able to come out to these social events and getting to know people from all over the world is a huge privilege, and that's one of the big reasons why I love doing things like this.
We just want to try to bridge the gap between internationals and Americans. Just another chance, kind of end of the year thing we do to get that exposure for that first contact and meet people, and an environment that's very friendly and, you know, laid back.
Students tell us why they believe an event that brings together people from all over the world is a great opportunity to interact with someone they might not normally meet.
We all kind of meet together, not thinking about race or religion or where we're from, and just have a good time with food and music. I think that is really awesome.
I would definitely come out to this event again. I would continue to, I guess, encourage people to come out and get people out on the dance floor, ultimately. It took a lot for me to get out on the dance floor tonight, but I did it.
The second annual British Tea Formal has become not only a tradition, but the organization's signature event. Cesar Howdigi, Troy, TrojanVision News.
ISCO will close out their semester with a meeting this Thursday at 7 in the Hall of Honor. And tea wasn't the only way people were learning about other cultures yesterday. Some learned through playing a game.
In the weekly Chinese Corner, the Confucius Institute introduced students to a traditional Chinese game of mahjong. Deidre Gree has the details.
Have you ever seen this game and wondered what it was? Or even wanted to learn how to play? Well, the organization Chinese Corner was there to answer those questions with a little lesson on how to play the popular Chinese game, mahjong.
Mahjong is a table game originated in China. It's very popular in China, Japan, and most East Asian countries. Yeah, so it has a very long history, and actually it was imported into United States in the 1920s. Yeah, and now it's become more popular.
Lou explained why she thinks mahjong has gained popularity in the U.S.
I think it's a game of fun, and it's a very good way to socialize with people because it needs 4 players, and you can all sit down around the table, play, have fun, and still, talk with each other. So it's a very good way.
Not only is mahjong a fun game to play with your friends, but it's also a good way to help better your strategic skills.
It's not just for fun. It still requires a lot of logical thinking, strategic thinking, because it's a game of possibilities, of chances. So you have to calculate and think before others do. Yeah, and you also have to make very quick decisions because the other players is going to urge you to discard the tiles on the table, so you have to be very quick. So it's very good for the health, for the memory, and very beneficial.
One participant expressed what she thought about the mahjong lesson.
It was great. I've been wanting to learn how to play mahjong for years, and I was really excited to learn not only about mahjong, but especially about Chinese mahjong.
Chinese Corner meets every Thursday at 3 in the Confucius Institute. Deidre Green, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Chinese Corner is held every Thursday at 3 p.m. at the Confucius Institute in Bibb Graves Hall.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. Mobile will be the site of an unusual underwater competition for students this weekend. The Dauphin Island Sea Lab is sponsoring its 3rd annual competition for underwater robots beginning today. Student teams have been working for a year to design, rebuild, and test their own remotely operated underwater vehicles.
Officials say a new call center will help veterans get medical care faster. The Central Alabama Veterans Healthcare System opened the call center yesterday. Interim Director Dr. Robin Jackson says the response times will be closely tracked to ensure no delays.
Murder charges against a man suspected of ramming a car into an apartment building and killing a boy inside have been sent to a grand jury. District Judge Jimmy Poole sent the case against 28-year-old Juan Daniels Ford yesterday. Daniels faces attempted murder and murder charges for the death of 6-year-old Aiden Howard. Still to come on TrojanVision News, the men's and women's tennis teams are headed to New Orleans for the Sun Belt Tournament. Colin Cahill have a preview of that and more coming up in sports.
And the government is now reviewing U.S. security. More on that after the break.
Stepped-up security measures are in the works around the White House, while other potential security gaps in the nation's capital are also being examined. I'm Craig Boswell at the White House. That story coming up.
For over 70 years, Smokey Bear has asked you to use fire responsibly.
Fire is due to an unattended campfire. Go time.
Here's how you can stay on the front lines of preventing wildfires. Always watch your campfire before leaving. Drown it, stir it, drown it again, and feel that the fire is out cold.
Oh, bullseye!
And you won't need a visit from these guys.
Copy that.
You can be Smokey's wingman when enjoying nature and prevent wildfires. Visit SmokeyBear.com for more fire prevention tips.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on TrojanVision News.
After a strong season for the women's tennis team, junior Trang Hun was named Sunbelt Female Tennis Player of the Year. Hun is the first Troy women's tennis player in the program's Division I history to be named Conference Player of the Year. She posted a 15-3 singles record for the season. For the second year in a row, Hun has been named to the All Sunbelt team as well. Hun also posted a 14-2 record in doubles play for the year. Anya Kosovic also joins Hun as part of the All Sunbelt first team. The two posted an 11-1 record on the doubles court together. The women's team will compete in the Sunbelt Conference Tournament this weekend in New Orleans. The Trojans open the tournament as the number 6 seed and will face off against UT Arlington. The nationally ranked Troy men's tennis team is headed to New Orleans for the Sunbelt Conference Tournament as the number 1 seed. Coach Scott Kidd says that it is key for the team to be consistent during the tournament to bring home the championship.
These teams are hungry. They're all wanting, a piece of us, of course, because we're being undefeated. They're all after us, and they have nothing to lose. That's the thing about going to conference. You have nothing to lose, and I think by the end of the day that we've got to go down there with a really set mind to hopefully produce our best and be consistent. That's the key with this team, is that we continue to be consistent on the court with our decisions, shot selections, and court position, and continue to be an aggressive team on the court like I like them to be.
The Trojans open up the tournament as the number 1 seed and will have a bye into the semifinals of the tournament. The Trojans will play the winner of the Georgia Southern versus Louisiana Lafayette matchup. And the men's golf team is headed to Destin, Florida to compete in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. Head coach Matt Terry talks about the course and what the players have to do to win.
We went there in the fall. The guys like the golf course. It suits us well. Typical Florida golf course, got water, got trees, different places to lose balls. But like I said, we need to keep the ball in play and putt as good as we can, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day. We've got to handle our own games. Chip it well, putt it well, and keep the ball in play. Hit good tee balls, no matter if it's a 3-wood driver, hybrids off the tees, and that's that case just about any time, because in golf you really can't play defense. You don't want to play defense. We don't want to. We want our players to feel offensive the whole time they play, and go get a score. If you want a trophy in this conference we're in, you've got to go take it. Nobody's going to give it to you.
The men will be in the final pairing for the first day and tee off Sunday morning at the Raven Golf Club in Destin, Florida. Troy enters the tournament as the second highest ranked team in the Sun Belt. And the Troy baseball team hits the road this weekend to look to continue its Sun Belt Conference Series winning streak. With putting the winning streak on the line, head coach Bobby Pierce talks to us about what his team has to do to keep it going.
Finally getting on a little bit of a roll, but we still need to improve offensively. Just not enough base hits, not enough damage with the bats. So if we can just continue the momentum we've built off the weekend, that'd be nice going into another road series at Texas Arlington.
The Trojans travel to UT Arlington and will play a 3-game series. The first game is scheduled for the night at 6. The Trojans enter the series with a conference record of 6-9 and are currently in 3rd place in the conference. The Mavericks enter the series with a 6-9 record and are in 7th place. The two teams will play 2 more games throughout the weekend.